Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us inshallah in this Mubarak day, the day of Jum'ah. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us all the khair and barakah and success. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Yesterday we had the great honor to have Dr. Naledi Pendo, Minister of Foreign Affairs, visited Limpopo province. As we know, Naledi Pendo, she is an icon of solidarity of Palestine. May Allah reward her, dunya and akhirah, inshallah. And we had a successful event, alhamdulillah. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Naledi Pendo, she did visited Beitul Ilham for disabled youngsters school, alhamdulillah, that established by the women of Nirvana. As well, she did a campaign in Nirvana community, visited the elderly, the seniors, and those they contributed in the struggle in the past. And also, we had nice, successful program in a Royal Hotel, then in Jackpot Hotel also with a large community. It was excellent, alhamdulillah, successful program. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, to make us the supporters of the brothers and sisters in Gaza, inshallah. Today, my point is about election. I am taking the presentation of Mohammed West from Cape Town. May Allah reward him. I think this is Khutbah Jumu'ah. Inshallah, we'll go how or what are the criterions of voting. And yes, yes. The issue, yes. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward Sheikh Mohammed West. His Jumu'ah lecture recorded at the Masjid Burhanul Islam on today, on the 24th of inshallah, Mohammed West, you will give me permission to take his presentation because something that is very relevant, and this week we're having the election, and this week we're having the election, and the people, we are divided between those they vote and those they are not going to vote, and those they vote the right group or the right party, and those they vote for the wrong party. We need to provide Islamic guidance in every aspect of life. Yes, we start with yes, obedience to the rulers. Of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, legitimacy of an authority. Or you believe, obey Allah and His Messenger, and those in authority from among you, then if you are quarrel about anything, refer it to Allah and His Messenger. And if you believe in Allah and the last day, this is better for you and very good in the end. Surah An-Nisa, Surah 4, verse 59. Here, of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us you must have an authority. Must have authority for for Muslim community, authority for the Muslim Ummah, you must have authority. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about a Muslim community. Yani this is when the Muslim community is 100% Muslims, or is addressing to majority Muslims, where the authority, the people are Muslims. In the case of South Africa, we are like the model of Abyssinia. We are living in minority Muslim, they are minority, where the most dominated are the Christians, or it is a Christian country, or you can say it's a secular country. Of course, even to establish state, to manage the affairs of the people, you need to have authority and structure. This is obvious. Any government, you need to have organization that take care of the affairs of the community. Is this is like 1 + 1 = 2? Obvious, logically, from the Quran, from the Hadith, from yes. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala obey. Of course, any organization, you need to have authority, and authority means you have obedience also. Yes, with obedience to those in authority. The best of your rulers are those whom you have loved and they love you. Allah. This is extremely important. It's the relationship between the rulers and the people. By the way, the rulers, they are from the community, and they are elected to serve the community. They are from us and we are from them. They grow up in that community, and the people, they chose them because they are competent and they are qualified to run the affairs of the community. Yes, the best rulers are those who you love them and they love you, upon whom you invoke God's blessings and whom you invoke His blessing upon you. And the worst of the rulers, and those you hate them and they hate you. Allahu Akbar. Relationship is extremely important. You hate them and they hate you. This is also a party. The party is a group of people. They specialize in running the affairs of them. And the main thing is you love them, they love you. Not those you hate them and they hate you. And those the President said, shouldn't we overthrow them? At this, he said, no, as long they establish the prayer. No, as long they establish the prayer. Mine, one has a governor appointed over him, and he find that the governor indulges in act of disobedience to Allah, he should condemn the governor in act in disobedience to Allah, but he should not withdraw himself from his disobedience. This is in Sahih al-Muslim. This is again the issue of the relationship. We said the love relationship and serving. The ruler is a servant to the community. Now the issue is how, when he deviates, definitely when he makes one mistake, we are not going to immediately take him out. There is a procedure, there is a process, there is a way, there is agreement. Right, not through revolution, not through what there is. I think now this is election. There is a process of election. We chose him by electing him, the process. Then after that, we take him out through the election. That is what The community agreed on this way of choosing a ruler. Point two, the law of Allah is the supreme. To the Muslim community, of course, yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is the judge of pre-Islamic ignorance. They seek who could be better the judge than Allah. People, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ حُكْمًا مِنَ اللَّهِ, people of your sure faith. There is better, is the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Ma'idah, is there any better than Allah's rules? Do you know the characteristics of Allah's rules? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not the biased. We human beings, we favor our people, and after that we try to Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, we try to look first for our people, and each one try to favor his community over, or his ethnicity over the other one. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ultimate just ruler, that he rules, and his rules are the justice. Is the one is the best who established the justice as Allah. Yes, that's why the best for us is the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes. Is it haram to vote? This is a question. Whoever does not judge by Allah has revealed, such are the kafirun. This is addressed, those verses are addressed to the believers, to the Muslims. Whoever does not judge by Allah that which Allah has revealed, such are the dhalimun, the wrongdoers. And as well, this is a principle, not only in this verse in Surah Al-Ma'idah, but also in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Surah 4 and verse 44 and 45, also Surah Al-Hujurat as well. The opening of Surah Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, or you believe, don't put forward your opinion over Allah's ruling, Allah's judgment. Also, this is another evidence from the Quran, means Allah's law is the supreme. That's how it's supposed to. Can we vote? The Islamic Fiqh Council is in the 19th session, which was held in the headquarters of the Muslim World League in Mecca, Mukarramah, between the 2 and 27 Shawwal, the 3 November 2007, has examined the issue of participation of the Muslims in the election with the non-Muslims in Muslims country, in non-Muslim country. This is one of the topics that which discussed was referred to 16 conference held in 20 and 26, 21, 26, 14, 22 after the Hijrah, in order that you may examine what is the ruling. It is permissible for the Muslims to enjoy the right for the citizen in a non-Muslim country to take part in the elections and the like, because it is more likely that his participation will bring benefits such presenting the true picture of Islam, defending the Muslim issues in the country, supporting the rights of the religious and the other minorities, strengthening their role in circle of influence, and cooperating with a reasonable, fair-minded people on basis of the truth and the justice. Allahu Akbar. This is it. Yes. What is not permissible can go it is a must. We'll see that inshallah. Yes. Can we vote? There is one Sheikh, great Sheikh from Saudi, Sheikh Al Uthaymeen. He said it is compulsory for Muslims to participate in politics and vote if they can bring about positive change. This is will about. Inshallah. Ya Rabbi, this is all Muslim or non-Muslims. A positive change. Consider India today. Consider India today. Yes. Point 4. Why 2014 is important. Let's take a break and we'll be back shortly.
Minister, I would just like to ask you, we look up to you as youth of South Africa, and we're very inspired and encouraged by what you do for the on behalf of the Muslims and on behalf of the South Africans. So we just want to hear some small words of advice and something encouraging the upcoming youth on how to get the courage that you show us when supporting our fellow brothers and sisters in Palestine.
Well, assalamu alaikum and greetings to everyone. We've already seen young people standing up, and we see that young people understand that oppression has to be fought. On university campuses throughout the world, young people are objecting to the onslaught against the Palestinian people and believe that Palestine should be free. They must continue this activism until the people of Palestine achieve self-determination, freedom and justice.
Thank you so much, Minister. Honored to have you with us. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah, this is my son. Allah reward him. Alhamdulillah, may Allah bless him, grant him success dunya and akhirah. Why 2024 is so extremely important election. I think let's make it more bigger, like this we can. Why 2000 is important. ANC support in general election since 1994. This is ANC. Share votes won in the 37% from 1994. It went to 63%. I think the participation, this is the participation. 34%, 30%, and 34%, 38, and 43. Then after that, 66%, 19, and here I don't see. Like 2014 is 62 and 2019 is 58. Well, means the ruling party is going down. Yes, is going down. Of course, because of the performance. Yes. Why 2014 is important? Majority of the electoral is under 40. Record low voter turnout. People, they lost confidence, no doubt. ANC national below 50%. Nationally below 50%. End of ANC dominance. My major vote of no confidence in the current political leadership. Start of the new era of coalition politics. Your vote or not voting has potentially a major impact. This is extremely important, yes. Point 5, the major issues. The benefits, religious freedom. Yes. Yes. the religious freedom. This is extremely important. Most privileged Muslim communities in the world, most privileged Muslim communities in the world, human dignity, stable rules based society, independent laws and courts, 3 years since apartheid, Muslim representation in politics, when we vote, when we don't lose any of this. Yes. Major issue, problem is Gaza. Alhamdulillah. This, Alhamdulillah, as you see in the background, this lady, Allahu Akbar, Allah reward the dunya and akhirah. And all those people are behind there in the stage. They are the supporters of Gaza. May Allah make us, all of us, the supporters of Gaza. Second, economy and unemployment. Over 40% of South Africa cannot find work. This is a serious crisis. A serious crisis. Inequity. The richest 20% of the population hold near 70% of the income. In contrast, the poorest 40% of South Africans hold just 7% of the nation's income. Can you repeat this? The richest 20% of the population take 70% of the wealth. From 40% of South African hold 7% is a major, major crisis. Corruption and state capture, crime. Well, this is what happened in time of Zuma. And the crime, only 15% of the murder in South Africa are solved. South African murder rate is currently the second highest in the world. Is a serious crisis, a major crisis. Safety and security, number one issue. Major issues. Days of load shedding in South Africa. Allahu Akbar. Can you imagine load shedding? It becomes a main concern. The electricity and water becomes a main concern. Right. And see, the 2014, let's do analysis of this graph. 2014, 2015, then after that, number of days. Yes. Let me just. Yes. The 2016, then 2018, the number of days. Look at how it is increasing in South Africa. Means the crisis is so serious. Major problem is load shedding, electricity and water. Can you imagine? Rulers that got a basic necessity of the life of the people is electricity, and how come we got problem in this? Major issue problems, youth opportunity, share of youth, not education, unemployment or training, the age from 13 till 34, not in education and employment or in training. 44% is a serious something that you have. And 56% employed. 44% not in education, employment or training. Really a crisis. Yes. Point, guide to voting. May Allah guide us, Ya Rabbi. Framework to selecting non-Islamic ruler, determined to the light, weighing up to the pros and cons, and choosing the lesser and of the two evils. Means, Ya Rabbi, inshallah, the two, evil and good. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Right. Framework to selecting a non-Islamic ruler, intending to serve the interest of the community, the word of evil and harm from them. Right. Those they intend to serve to the interest of the community. Second, participation, you will have positive effect and that you will benefit the Muslims in the country. Yes, definitely. Voice concern of Muslims and encourage the authority to make the correct choices. This is all correct. The framework is those they serve the interest of Muslims, and the participation will be positive to the benefit of the Muslims and the voice of the Muslims to the correct choices. Party consideration. When the Prophet finished in his speech, he said, where is the questioner who inquire about the hour? The Bedouin said, I am here, O Allah apostle. Then the Prophet said, when the honesty is lost, means not the honesty here is the amana, is the trust. And then for the hour, the Bedouin said, how the lost, how there will be, how the hour is how the honesty is lost. He said, when the power or authority comes into the hand of unfit person, then wait for the day of Qiyamah. Yani, when there is no, those that are not qualified, they are in position. That is mentioned in Bukhari. Party consideration, no clear candidate. It could be worst. Yes. Right. Party consideration, 30 years on from the potential failed state to the functional state, human rights rules, rule of the law, court, relationship with the Muslim community, stance on Gaza, inexcusable corruption, load shedding, failing economy, no clear solutions. Well, NC, you need to go through introspection. You need to do introspection. Party consideration, DA. Service delivery better than national. Stance on Gaza unforgivable. The police have made Cape Town the most unequal city in the world, most dangerous metro in SA, serve the interest of the elite. This is unfortunately, yes. Now we got EFF, the voice of disillusioned radical policies on the economic history of corruption and create instability. Well, EFF, you need to review his messages. Is not about the Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, is not about fighting and who is the hero. Is about providing solutions. Party consideration, smaller parties. We have a Muslim party. By voting smaller party needs about 50,000 votes for one seat. Only a Jama'ah received a seat in the parliament. A small party could have significant influence in coalition politics. Is AMAC. Yes. Possible strategy. Well, here parties votes possible that ANC and again DA and 230, 84. I think this is old. Possible strategy must make our vote count, show our dissatisfaction without bringing in something worse or worse. Allow smaller parties an opportunity, a bad choice, or the worst choice. Yes, possible strategy. Provincially, ANC vote to keep the DA in check nationally. Is there any better ruling party, a Muslim party, to give them a voice in the parliament? Show ANC our dissatisfaction with the hope it will fix its house. That is what everybody asking. Not bringing worst ruling party. That is extremely important. Long-term strategy point. Long-term strategy. Let's have a clear, viable solution in the next election. Ya Rabbi, Allah guide us. We need to play our role. We are all leaders and all responsible. Thank you very much. The plea of society should concern us. Strong civic participation in mandatory by doing nothing is not enough for the evil to prevail. By doing nothing is enough for the evil to prevail. That's it. This is an extremely important point. By not doing nothing, this is an encouragement to the evil to prevail. May Allah teach us. May Allah guide us. With this, inshallah, we end with a dua for our brothers and sisters in Gaza, inshallah. يا ربي لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم منزل الكتاب مجري السحاب وهازم الأحزاب هزمهم وانصرهم عليهم. اللهم إنا نستودعك غزة وأهلها، سماءها وأرضها، رجالها ونساءها، أطفالها وشبابها وكل شبر في فلسطين. نستودعك يا الله أهلنا وحبابنا في فلسطين، تلك الديار المقدسة التي باركت فيها وما حولها. اللهم أن تحفظ من كل سوء. اللهم إن هذه الساعة أنزل نصرك ورحمتك على أهلنا في فلسطين وكل مسلم مستضعف يا رب العالمين. اللهم أعد فلسطين المسجد الأقصى إلى رحاب المسلمين بقوتك وعزتك ونصرك يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارزقنا في صلاة قبل الممات. اللهم نسألك باسمك الأعظم الذي إذا دعيت به أجبت أن ترزق أهلنا في فلسطين الثبات والنصر والتمكين وبارك في إيمانهم وصبرهم. اللهم احفظ أهل فلسطين والمسجد الأقصى من كيد الظالمين وأيدهم بنصرك وقوتك يا رب العالمين. اللهم نسألك الثبات والسداد لأهل فلسطين. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إن قطع الرجاء إلا منك وخابت الظنون إلا فيك وضعف الاعتماد إلا عليك. اللهم انصر إخواننا في فلسطين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في غزة نصرا عاجلا يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنهم جياع فأطعمهم وحفاة فاحملهم ومظلومون فانتصر لهم. اللهم كن لهم وناصرا ومعينا مؤيدا وظهيرا. اللهم انصر الإسلام نصرا عزيزا ومؤزرا تغيض به قلوب الكافرين وتشفي به صدور قوم المؤمنين. اللهم نستودعك بيت المقدس وأهل القدس وكل فلسطين وكلهم عونا ونصيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.